Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Here to bring you another episode of You. This show, Magical Warfare. Now, even though last week I posted in the description below, the creator, the guy who wrote the light novel didn't really want an anime. It's doing okay. This episode was a little different, obviously. What was interesting about this episode, there were a lot of things to it. We had this thing with Mew. I'll call her Mew. Mew. She basically was being shunned by these students. And we get like a whole explanation about her brother. Her brother betrayed them and she's a traitor now. This was interesting because this brought up this thing with Takashi. Because apparently, this was on my mind because supposedly he doesn't have a good family life with his brother and his mother or something. And, in this episode, they show you why. The only thing I have to say is this. The brother's a fucking idiot. Gekko, whatever his name is, his stupid red eyes, whatever. Fucking stupid. That is the wrong reason. The wrong reason to hate your brother. I'm sorry. That's asinine. Asinine. But that's beside the point. But because I thought the reason why he hates his brother was because of what Takashi did. When it was an accident. But that's not why he hates him. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, seriously. But majority of this episode was really nothing much. Because that thing with Takashi and his brother, it's referenced towards Mew and hers. She's treated like as a traitor. And then the guy who's doing their sensei, I guess, their professor, he tells them all the different parts of the magical communities. And one of the ones is, Wizard Brace. But the other one is Wizard Trailers, which is shunned. That's shunned. Because they're like the evil, wizards. And he basically explained that to him. And Takashi, while he's explaining this to them, he's thinking about his brother and everything and so on and so forth. But majority of this episode was just full on love, romance. Just love, romance, relationships. That's what this episode was. Majority of it. And we had, the majority of it was with, what's her name? Forgot her name. What's her name? Kurumi. Isushima. So Kurumi. With her and Mew and Takashi. So it was basically, it started off with Takashi finding these pictures of Kurumi. And he was being very, he told the guys, don't, she doesn't like this, and so on and so forth. I'm going out with her. Now, this brings up another thing, which I found very intriguing for this episode, which was he's pretending to go out with her. And I'm like, why? We get the explanation, and then I was like, wow, amazing. Pretty much, Kurumi is very beautiful. She has blonde hair, the whole bit. And they, all kinds of men, not just like middle schoolers and high schools. We're talking college guys who were in college going after her. So she was like, she had an incident where she was from a stalker. And that's why he pretends to go out with her. So this also brings up to the thing with his brother and everything that was shown in this episode. So throughout the entire episode, it's basically this thing between Mew, Kurumi and Takashi. Until eventually, you know, they make up over it. And the other thing that happened in this episode, which was pretty funny, was that other guy, Takashi's friend. I think, what was his name now? I forgot his name. Kazumi Ida. That was funny. He reminds me. I don't want to bring up Harry Potter again, but he reminds me of Seamus from Harry Potter, because he would always blow up. He always do a spell and it would blow up in his face. There'll be explosions and shit. So that's what this guy's like. He's trying to control his power. It just like explodes in his face. It was so funny. So there was that in this episode. And then the other thing that happened in this episode was, like I said, we find out the truth behind this whole thing with his family. They don't like him. It's so stupid. Well, part of it is stupid and part of it is understandable. Because he was pretending to go out with this girl, Kurumi, his younger brother, I think this is his younger brother. I don't know if it's his older brother. Sounds to be like his younger brother. Gekko is like, you know, he says, I'm glad that those were just rumors that you were going out with her. And he's like, I'm actually dating her. And he's like, what? No, it can't be true. Oh, are you just dating her because of the stalker thing? And then he ignores him. He's walking away. Well, this is when they're crossing the street. I'm thinking to myself, you can't be angry at your brother and making his life miserable and calling him a traitor because he supposedly is going out with a girl you like. Well, basically what ends up happening is he supposedly slightly pushes his brother in front of a car. And this also brings up another interesting fact, which was brought up in the beginning of episode 1, when he was talking to Kurumi. And she says, it's not your fault, and everything. I said that she wanted to go over to his house, and, you know. That also brings up another point. So, during dinner, and we also have another scene where she's walking by Kurumi, and I think Miyu's trying to get her to join this fortune-telling thing. And there's also the scene with Takashi. He's saying to her, you know, because she got scared because the guy grabbed her on her shoulder, you know, and reassures her that we'll continue to go out pretending. So there's another scene, though, with the brother Gekko. And he says, oh, maybe I should forgive him. And then he's done with dinner. He goes upstairs and he says, oh, you took everything away from me and you're just going to run away. I'm like, what? Are you seriously? You seriously hate your brother because he pretended? He's not even going out with her. That blew my mind. I thought to myself, maybe he's angry at his brother because of the fact that Takashi supposedly pushed him in front of a car, because that was shown in the episode. But that was an accident. Didn't mean it on purpose, as you see in the episode. But he's saying, oh, you take everything away from me. I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? He wasn't even going out with her. It was pretend. I'll say it right now. If Gekko, Takashi's brother, ends up going to the other world and fights Takashi, I seriously hope Takashi kills him. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but there is no reason why you should hate your brother just because they're not even going out. It was pretend. And you're pissed off at him at that? If I was Gekko, I'd be pissed off at him that he pushed me in front of a car. Not that. That was just, that brother is like, jump the fuck off, man. Seriously. He's running away. I'm like, no, you're running away. Because obviously you don't know shit. It's like so stupid. It's so stupid because the brother is, you know, he's a turd. I'm sorry, but Takashi's brother is a turd. And his mother looks like she needs to be put down. I'm sorry, but both his brother and his mother are pieces of crap. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but they look like pieces of crap to me. They should be put in prison or something because they look like they don't care about him whatsoever. So, but the reason for Gekko, you know, him not liking Takashi, he hates him, that's a stupid reason. He's not even going out with her. It was pretend. And she wanted him to pretend. You had no shot, you turd. Dumbass. Anyway, but yeah, and as far as rating is concerned, not much happened here, but I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Only because of the fact we found those interesting things. Found about Kurumi and her. Sticking with her. So this was more like feedback on the characters. You know, development. We find out more about the characters. About Kurumi, about Takashi, about all that jazz. Next week's will be different, though. I think what's happening is Miyu's brother shows up, and Takashi fights him. I think. Not sure, though, on that. But this is a good series. It's just that brother, man, that is stupid. I would be more upset with my brother if he pushed me in front of a car than, oh, he's taking everything away from me. He took this away from me. Oh, my, get a life, man. Seriously. You're going to want to kill him for that? Really? Really? Okay. How about Takashi takes a sword and sticks it in your throat? Oh, burn. Yes, I don't pull any punches when it comes to people like that. It's like, he wasn't going out with her. You're upset because of that? He took her away? Why don't you grow some balls and actually go and talk to her instead of being a douche? I'm probably going to get hate on this. But I don't give a shit. That's the way I roll. But yeah, that's the story, people. Bankai 922. So next week should be interesting. And, you know, during the episode also, it was just training. There wasn't really, like I say, that Ida guy. It reminds me of Seamus from Pirate Potter. It's like, seriously. He's, he blows up his magic, boom, boom, right in his face. So we'll see what happens next week. Should be interesting. I'm Bankai 922. See you guys later. That brother is a... Brother needs to wake the fuck up. Like, seriously. And by the way, you know when that happened? 2 years ago. Okay. So you're going to hold this grudge for 2 years? Really? Okay. You're on the shit list. He's on the shit list, people. He's on the shit list. I hope he gets what comes to him. Because if you are that obsessed over something that happened 2 years ago, then you need help. So yeah, I'm Bankai 922. I'll see you guys later. Peace.